Hi, everyone. So we're going to go ahead and review project two. This is going to be a formal report for the pretty much for the rest of the semester. This is going to be your main focus. There's going to be quite a few deadlines for this project to help you break it up. So that way it's not everything is due all at once. But this is going to be your main project for the rest of the semester. There'll still be some supplementary learnings from the textbook. I will be pulling chapters from the textbook that I think will either help you with this project or it's just good information to know overall. For example, in the textbook, there is a chapter that focuses on presentations, how to give a presentation. I will be highlighting that chapter because one of the components of project two is you have to give a presentation. So let's go ahead and dive into this information. Pretty much just going to go over the project and what I'm going to be expecting from you. So for starters, you're going to be able to choose your own topic. There's 4 topics you have to choose from. You can choose one of them. We do not accept, and by we, the department and also other professors who are teaching the similar course, we decided on these 4 topics. We try to change them up every other semester, or if there's a new topic that either is a hot issue or is going to be something important to students to know. So, for example, you can see artificial intelligence is one of the topics that's been a hot issue over the past year and a half. So that's why we wanted to incorporate it into this writing assignment. But you have 4 topics. We will not be accepting any, like, can I write about this instead? These are your 4, choose one. The requirements. So for one requirement is to avoid references. Don't cite wikipedia.com. Don't cite answer.com. One interesting tip that might be helpful when it comes to Wikipedia, though, is sometimes you can find good sources and good citations from Wikipedia. You Googling your topic, you find a Wikipedia page, you scroll all the way down to the bottom, you will actually see the whole list of references that are used to build that Wikipedia page. Sometimes going to those direct references or even citing those references can really help you. When it comes to finding information, who to cite, who to source, we ask students to use journal articles from peer-reviewed. I will explain how to find those. Either information from conference proceedings, reliable websites, or other publications, verified news sources. It can be magazines like Time Magazine, The Atlantic, sources from major news studios, even major newspapers, New York Times, Wall Street Journal. Those are all fair game. When it comes to plagiarism, there will be a zero tolerance, like no plagiarism is allowed. However, I try to help students, and there'll be a slide about this. I feel with 80% of the time, students don't even know that they're plagiarizing. When plagiarizing, in my mind, is where you are, well, that's just why I said avoid copying verbatim from your sources. Don't copy and paste. If you find a journal article and there's a section that's perfect, it's amazing, and you copy and paste into your paper and you don't sort it, you don't cite it, or you don't even paraphrase, that's plagiarism. When it comes to plagiarism, even something as simple as forgetting to cite your source, that is plagiarism. Paraphrasing but not citing your source, still plagiarism. So always be careful, but also always ask me questions. I don't mind answering these type of questions, but there's going to be another slide that helps you with that. And then pretty much a standard requirements. All your pages are 12-point font, double space, Times New Roman, and your images and your tables do not count with your page number count. Also, I probably should have prefaced this at the beginning of the video. All this information is in the Project 2 module that's been open since last month. I'm hoping you all reviewed it. If not, it's there. So review this video, review this PowerPoint, and also go back to the Project 2 module. All the information is there. But like I mentioned earlier, you're going to have quite a few deadlines. It's just to help you break up the project. Your first deadline is coming up soon. It's your outline that's due on October 28th. The outline is pretty much, I need to know which topic you're choosing. If you have like a broad idea of how you're going to organize it or what you're going to be discussing, great. But also, if you turn in an outline and then you realize, oh, wait, this isn't how I want to organize this. I want to write it in a different way. and you submit your final report and it's different from the outline, that's fine. The outline is just to help you get started, or at least pick your topic. I always recommend to students, though, once you submit your outline, try to stick with your topic, but if you want to change it, there shouldn't be any issue. So as I mentioned, with plagiarism and citation, I feel like 80% of the time students don't even know that they're plagiarizing. So how to cite APA and MLA, Purdue OWL will be your best friend. It is incredible. It is an incredible site if you don't know about it already. It is completely free. It breaks down everything. So let's go ahead and just select APA. So this is the website. Sometimes they can even cite it. It's iffy. Sometimes it's accurate. Sometimes it isn't, or sometimes they can't even find your sources. But that's something there for you. But you're going to go ahead where it says APA Formatting and Style Guide. Go ahead and click on that. And as you can see on the left, it breaks down everything about APA. It gives you all the rules, even how to do in-text citations, how to build your reference list. It gives you everything. So this is going to be a great source, not only for this project, but also probably for your other classes as well. I also recommend to students to use an official guide. You can buy the MLA guide, the APA guide, use the latest edition. Sometimes it can be kind of expensive. You can find probably used one on Amazon. You can go to the library to see if they have any, but that's also something good to have on hand. And when it comes to building your bibliography, sometimes finding a good citation generator can save you a huge headache. Always check to make sure it's cited accurately. I always tell that to students. Sometimes they get it right, sometimes they don't. Sometimes they may not even find your source, but a good generator can really help you. It could go a long way. So to find resources, and also just other resources to help you with this paper as well. I cannot stress how amazing and cool the Fresno State Library is, but also our online system. You can probably find anything that you need. This is the link that'll take you to, oops, sorry about that. If I can find my mouse, there it goes. This link takes you directly to the Fresno State Library, but it specifically takes you to their online OneSearch. It's their database. You can type in your topic or type in a word or a phrase that's relevant to your topic and then see what pops up. So for example, right here, I'll just type in student loan debt. Hit enter. You can see there is over 100,000 results. That can be books, articles, magazines. That's what I mean. It's incredible. On the left, this is where you do your filtering. So for me, when I was a student and when I used this, I needed to I needed to find the sources, but I also needed to read it to see if it was going to be worth using or if it's even going to be helpful. So always put full text online. There are some journal articles where you have to pay or request access from the library. Sometimes that can take a few days. When you're up against a deadline, that's not helpful. So always check if it's online first. Peer-reviewed journals. And this is where on the resource type, you can put in specifically what you're looking for. A newsletter, articles, magazines, web source. There's so much, but let's just go ahead with full text online peer review journals and apply filters. We're brought it down to over 3,000. So this is where you can really start looking for information. We have a book, a video, a web source, an article. This is where you'll really do your majority of your research. You'll find your sources. You'll find the information that'll support your argument or the stance that you're taking. But also you can use the internet. That's what I said, use verified news sources. When you're going to Wikipedia, look at the reference page at the very end. You have a lot of resources to use, but I always tell students to go to the library first. This is the for sure way to find something that's academically peer reviewed, verified. Also, don't forget you have the writing studio. This writing studio, it's students there. You can sign up for an appointment. I believe they do them Zoom and also in person as well. You can ask them to review your paper. They can even help you with like, okay, how we're going to organize this? How do we want to brainstorm ideas? They can really help you with so much. So I always tell students, go to the writing center, especially for that final, like, I need someone to review my paper. That's always a good spot. Other resources I've already mentioned, the Project 2 module has been open since last month. Go back and review that. This is going to be a formal report. We have already reviewed formal reports in the beginning of the semester. So review module 2 and also review chapter 7. Chapter 7 was the chapter that focused on formal reports. And also in chapter 7, at the very end of the chapter, it gives you an example of what a formal report is supposed to look like. That's a good starter on how to build out the format of your paper. So formal reports, as you remember, this is something literally from the textbook. Also, I believe this is in our chapter 7 slides as well. Remember the ABC method, abstract, body, conclusion. But formal reports, as you can see, there's a little bit more information. You're going to have the cover page. You're going to have the letter or memo, table of contents. If you have them, a list of illustrations, an executive summary, and then you're going to go into your introduction, which is usually those first couple of paragraphs. You're going to go into your body, the main discussion. What are you arguing? What are you taking a stance on? And then you're going to wrap it up with your conclusion. Is there going to be a recommendation? Is there going to be a final call? Or are you just summarizing it? This is my argument. Take it as you will. So what am I looking for? Honestly, I just want to see, did you put in the effort? So did you edit and proofread? If you submit your final report, and I think I said this with your first project, if you submit your final report and there's like 2 errors right off the bat on your first page, that tells me everything I need to know. It means that you didn't really carefully review and edit and proofread your final report. Are you submitting a professional report? Does it look professional? Is this something that you would submit to your boss or to your team? Did you follow all the guidelines? Is it organized? Are there headings? Can I follow it? Also, did you follow instructions? Did you pick a topic that of one of the 4 topics, or did you go and pick some random other topic? Is the font, I asked for Times New Roman, but is it going to be in a different font? I said 12 point, but it's some sections are in 14, some are in 11. That's what I mean. Did you put in the effort? Submit a professional, well-written, good-looking report and you will be fine. I already said this, no blatant plagiarism, don't copy and paste. If I notice that, oh, you forgot to cite someone here, or you forgot the parentheses, I'll just write that in a comment. I'm not going to even dock you points for that, as long as I see you making an effort. But blatant plagiarism, that won't be tolerated. And good writing. I feel like good writing is subjective. What I mean by good writing is just professional and or academic writing. This is a formal report. How would you write to your boss? Or if you want to use academic writing, write it in an academic way. But usually that means no slang. You follow basic grammar rules. If you have a ton of run-on sentences, like, no, you'll be docked points for that. If I see, you're missing periods, or it's just the basic common grammar rules. As long as I see you're following, did you put in the effort? You're gonna be fine. I don't like grading students harshly on their writing unless it's like really like, okay, you didn't try. So just submit something good, something that I can tell that you worked and spent some time on. You will be fine. You will get a good grade. And that's it. You got this. I know it seems scary. It's a final report. And I know some people like You're not writers. You just need to take this course. I understand. Please do not hesitate to reach out with any questions you might have. I will be scheduling Zoom office hours, so that way you can drop in, send me an email, send me a message. You know how to get a hold of me. I will respond to you within 24 hours. Also, if same thing applies. I have a full-time job. If you email me Tuesday at 9 a.m., give me until the evening to get back to you. Okay. But that's it. Good luck with project 2. Based on your project 1 papers, I have a feeling you all are going to be fine. Like, it's just seems big and scary, but with all the deadlines, hopefully that'll help you break it up. But like I said, if you have any questions, reach out to me. But other than that, thank you. And I apologize for the dog barking. Everyone have a good night. Bye.